Alrighty. Recap for day 4. Spicy Nuggs in here with me. She was being a stink and Cal was trying to sleep, and so I figured I'd just do this one on my own in one of the meditation rooms here. Okay, so we got some good news, we got some bad news. It's all just news. So here it goes. The surgeon came in and said it was to talk to us, and I said, hey, thank you so much for your time, your skill, doing this for us. I know it's your job, but you know, I'm grateful anyway. And he goes, yeah, let's talk about that. I said, okay. And he goes, I went in for the biopsy, and the piece I got was not tumor. It was pure kidney. So we're gonna have to go back in again. Okay. What does that mean? Tell me the details. Went through it all. Basically just make a bigger incision, go get a bigger chunk. Alright. He's just gonna be more sore. I think that's the most frustrating thing about this whole thing right now is his condition hasn't changed. He still has this thing inside of him. It's still causing him pain. And all we've done so far is cause him more pain. And that's why I'm getting very short-tempered with people every time they want to poke them or do anything that's going to cause them pain. That's all we've done. It's just causing them more pain so far. So they took him in. Luckily, they did wait to tell us this until he had started eating breakfast. So that did mean that we had to wait several more hours. However, kid got to eat. So I didn't eat much, but he ate. They took him in. It all went pretty quick. The surgeon came back up. He seemed very contrite, a little humbled. He told us, okay, we got a big mass out. I got a nice big chunk. He said, now for the bad news is the reason I got a nice big chunk is because this is not Wilms. Okay, it's not Wilms. What is it? He says, we don't know. When we came in, the first time I talked to the surgeon, before we get into anything, fantastic man, very skilled, clearly knows what he's doing. Very confident in what he does. I talked to him, he said, we looked at the CT scans, it's Wilms, 90% sure. I said, it can't be like internal bleeding or anything. He goes, nah, it's Wilms. Okay, I said, all right, what's the treatment options? And he goes, well, it's ruptured, so we're gonna go in and do chemo. You guys have heard this on the other videos, so I'm just recapping. We're gonna do chemo because it's ruptured. Then we're gonna take it out when it's safe to do so we're not spreading more cancer everywhere. And I said, okay, what's our other options? And he looked at me and he goes, there are no other options. That's what we're doing. And so I was like, okay. I didn't really fight it because we were going to do a biopsy to be sure. So I thought, okay, well, if it's not, let me do some research on this Wilms. If it's not, we'll find out the biopsy. So then he came in second time, and like I said just earlier, he said, well, I got the wrong piece. And then third time, which had to be just awful for him, coming in and going, okay, so I got the piece, but I was wrong. It's not just him that was wrong. Everybody has looked at this and said, this is Wilms. This is Wilms. 99% sure this is Wilms. They actually have said 99% this is Wilms. Like, that's how sure they are. It's not Wilms. So we don't know what it is. So this I'm going to take as a blessing, because normally with Wilms, they don't seem to be super concerned about it when it was Wilms. They were just, let's treat the symptoms, let's double check that's what it is, and let's do our thing, because we know how to do Wilms. Now, sorry, let me back up just a little bit. They were going to take the biopsy people, the pathologists, don't work on the weekend, I guess, the normal pathologists. And so they're like, yeah, we might have something back for you Tuesday-ish. All right. Now that they don't know what it is, they're rushing it over to the high priority lab that works 24/7. They're looking at it right now, running their dyes and their different the different things that they do to figure out what it is. So we should have an answer, or at least an idea, tomorrow. I did call dibs that if this is unknown, we get to name it. Poor consolation, but I probably won't even get to name it. It'll probably go after the name of some doctor. It should be Kaladin's cancer. It's got a nice ring to it, right? Anyway, they're not sure what it is. And they went back to, it honestly could just be a ruptured kidney. And that, they said what he cut out is definitely some anomalous tissue. Didn't look like kidney. But of course, he didn't think that the first time either. So, back to square one. So, break it down. He didn't feel good. Took him into the ER where they poked and prodded him, ran a bunch of tests, took his blood, flew him to Primary Children's here, where they poked and prodded him literally many times. And this is all normal, by the way. His veins are small. He's 2 years old. The line burst, became unusable. His vein burst, became unusable. They have to put another IV in to get the fluids in to be able to get their labs out, the drought blood. So literally pokes and prodded him. Taking more blood. No appetite, can't even eat, even if when he has one. Still in pain from whatever's going on in his stomach. And then we do it again, cut his back open, put a chest port into his heart, cut him open again. Poor kid. It's all we have done. And this, to me, it makes me so angry. And the hard part is I have no one to be angry about, because the people who are doing this are doing their absolute best to try to make him feel better. They're doing their job to the best that they know how. There's been a huge outpouring of love and kindness from the doctors and nurses. And those of you who know me, I don't have a lot of patience. I have a very short temper that I've worked very hard to control, and I have snapped several times. And not once has any doctors or nurses came back at me and they've always just said, you know what, you're right. And in your position, I would be the exact same way if it was my kid. I completely understand. They've been nothing but kind, nothing but loving, nothing but charitable. The surgeon actually says, he said, you know, I'm off for the weekend, but if we get something back and I'm needed, they have instructions to call me. I'm back in here as soon as they need me, and we're doing whatever needs done. So clearly they care about him. Maybe not so much as I do, because he's my son, but they do what they do out of love and not just for a paycheck. It's very clear on that. So that about sums it up. We're back to square one. A lot of stuff going through my brain that I'd like to say, but that's where we're at. For those of you who want updates, know that this is probably one of the primary sources that it's going to come from. This is actually Kaladin's YouTube channel. When they were all born, I reserved their names as email addresses the best I could, so that later in life they have a nice looking email address. I also had to send pictures, use it kind of as a little journal to send them memories and things. And so when they're old enough to take over their own email address, not only will they have a decent email address, so they don't have to have some weird, crazy, lumpy frog face 2619 at whatever.com when they're trying to find a job or something. It's kaladin.tolman@gmail.com. So this is his channel. So the only thing that's going to go on this for now, at least, is updates about him. So if you want to subscribe to this, I'm not asking you to subscribe to get views or any monetization. It's too much effort for me right now. Not that I would ever do that. Anyway, for those that want updates, subscribe. There's a notification button. You can get notified when there's new content, or you can put no notifications and just check on your own. Doesn't matter to me. You don't even have to subscribe. I'm just letting you know this is where the news is going to come. My wife does Instagram. I feel ashamed that I don't know what her Instagram is. I think it's just Oakley Tolman. She is a makeup artist, so she does a lot of makeup stuff on there, but I know she's also posting updates. I think she actually opened an Instagram under Kaladin's email as well, to start posting updates on there. So it's a centralized location that you can go to get updates and not have to try to dig through other content. Somebody set us up a Venmo, so if you I have a hard time accepting gifts and charity. But right now I don't have the time to work, trying to take care of everything that's going on. And so a lot of people have reached out and said, how can we help? We'd like to send lunch or dinner, money or whatever. Somebody, I think one of Oakley's cousins set us up a Venmo. One of Oakley's really good friends set up an Amazon something or other. I can provide the links if you're interested. That there's already been a huge outpouring of love and kindness. Thank you to those who have chosen to support us. It's very humbling. And I wish I could say it wasn't necessary, but that's where we're at. Oakley's, obviously she's taking this pretty hard, not knowing what it is. She had finally come to an acceptance, a realization of, okay, this is something we can deal with, this is something we can handle, and now is to be thrown back into the deep end, into the unknown. It's been a little hard on her. Annie has been with her cousins and her grandma, so she's having fun. She's kind of oblivious to the whole deal. She knows he's sick. She knows he's sick and we're in the hospital with him, but she's not real sure what's going on, so she was asking to see him the other day. The nurses will come in, and when he's in a half smiling mood, they'll try to be positive and say, hey, look how happy he is, he's doing so good. And I'm happy he's happy. But I can pull up a video on my phone of last week. He's doing forward rolls on the grass. He's running around. That's my boy. That's who I want back. The nurses all think I'm kind of goofy, because I will do anything to try to cheer that kid up, just to get even the smallest hint of a smile. I get kind of a fool out of myself sometimes, but if I can even get a little bit of a smile out of him, that's success to me. Dancing around, be doing all sorts of goofy things, and 80% of the time it doesn't even work. But that small chance when it does, For those of you who do know Cal, he barely even wants a sippy these days. Try to give him ice cream and popsicles. He doesn't even want those. Never thought I'd see the day where my boy turned down a popsicle. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to turn into this. Just kind of at a loss. Don't know what to do. Thank you everybody for your love and your support. Like I said in the last video, you are now as updated as we are. He is on a very tight rotation of Tylenol and morphine. Because when he's not on Tylenol, he has a fever of 102. And even sometimes when he's on Tylenol, he has a fever of 102. And the pain gets so bad that it wakes him up through anesthesia. Go ahead and stop there because I'm not sure I can go on much longer anyway. This is probably already turned into a long video. For those who are keeping using this as updates for him, please use the setting to play these on 2 or 3 times speed, because they are not scripted and it is just a lot of ums and trying to think and gather emotions. So I put up a YouTube short. It's like a little 5-second clip that you can find on this channel of when he got his port in. We just lifted up his shirt, just take a little video of it so we could show people what was going on. A little 5-second clip in the first 30 minutes had 6,000 views. This little kid has surpassed my every effort to get views and subscribers on a channel, and without even trying. He's so cute. The reason I bring up that video is not to say that he's got lots of views and that's awesome. I could care less how many views he gets. But you can see on his face the pain, the struggle that he's going through. And again, those of you who know Cal know that that's not my boy. I apologize for those of you who've called or sent text messages when we haven't been able to respond to. While it feels like to us we're really just sitting around doing nothing, there's always something to be doing. baby to be held and fed, or Cal has to have one of us at his side 24/7 holding a hand, or he just, if that's the only comfort that I can give him, then that's what I'm gonna do. It's real hard because I know I need to get back to work. I have another kid still out there playing with cousins and grandma that I haven't seen in over a week now, and she needs taken care of, and our basement still needs finished, but I can't stand the thought of him being there reaching out for a hand and not having one. I can't do that. Okay. Sorry, this was an emotional one. Thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for the love and the support. I'll try to make these less less boring to watch in the future. Love you all. Thank you.